everyone. My name is Isyana Lubis. My MPN 1912031. Now, in our video, we would like to answer the question given by our lecturer. And then in this video, we will tell about the source text, and then the target text, and then tell what is technique between the 18 translation technique. Okay, it will be started by me, and I will start. I will start from the question for number 1. The source text is how do you spell, and then the target text is bagaimana Anda mengeja. According to me, I choose between the 18 of translation technique is established equivalence. Why I choose that? Because as we know, established equivalence is the term generally based on the dictionary and press daily. Okay, how do you spell is so generally we use when we ask. And then I continue for number 2. For number 2 is the source text. What does blank blank mean? And then the target text is apa arti dari kata. Okay, after I analyze the question number 2, I choose the technique is application technique, because the meaning of application technique is addition as information that basically doesn't exceed the source sentences. Okay, see the source text. What does blank blank mean? But in the target text, apa arti dari kata? We found kata, but in the source text we don't found word, because kata in English is word, but we don't found it. And then I decided kata is the adds information, but even though we add the information, it doesn't change the meaning of the source text. Because of that, I choose the application technique. Okay, for number 3, the source text is how do you pronounce blank 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 this word. Okay, the target text is bagaimana kamu menerjemahkan kata blank 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 kata ini. Okay, I choose the same as for number 2, because in the target text I found kata, but in the source text I don't found it. Kata in target text I determining that is the adds information, so I choose the application technique for number 3. Okay, for number 4, the source text is this a noun or a verb, an adjective or an adverb? The target text is apakah ini adalah benda atau kata kerja, sebuah kata sifat atau kata keterangan. Okay, depends on me. I choose the technique between the 18 of translation technique as literal translation. Why I choose that? Because literal translations is translate in the source text, in the word of word in the target text. Let us see the questions. Is this in Indonesia is apakah ini a noun? Indonesia adalah kata benda, a verb or an adjective in Indonesia, a kata kerja atau sebuah kata sifat, and then the last is an adverb atau kata keterangan. It's translate word by word. Because of that, I choose the technique is literal translation. Okay, for number 5, does blank blank mean the same as blank blank? The target text is apakah memiliki arti yang sama dengan? Okay, I choose the technique is transposition technique. Why I choose that? Transposition technique is replace the grammatical categories on the source text into target text. Okay, let us see the source text and then the target text. It just the structure of the source text is suitable with the title text. Because of that, I choose the technique for number 5 is transposition technique. Okay, for next number will be continued by my friends. Thank you.
Okay friends, continue to the next number 6. The question is, what's the difference between blank 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 and in meaning of pronunciation and spelling? After my analyze, the translation technique used is implication. Why implication? Because this translation technique adds a little additional information in the target language, but does not change the message of the source language. Number 7. The question is, can you repeat the please? And the technique used in the question number 7 is reduction. Why is it called reduction? Because actually this technique is similar to the linguistic application technique, but even though they similar, they are not the same. The similarity is these two techniques both reduce one element in sentences, but the difference between the reduction technique and the linguistic application technique is the reduction technique. The information contained in the source language, while the language application technique reduce the language element in a sentence. So don't get confused. Number 8. The question is, can you say that one more time? And the technique used in the question number 8 is established equivalent. Why is it called this technique? Because the established equivalent, or Indonesia is called the usual equivalent. The word common means common. That is, the established equivalent technique is translation technique that emphasizes the side of the prevalence or the fairness of translation in target language. And question number 9, can you play the CD one more time? In the next question 9, use the description technique. Why description technique? Because as the name suggests, the description technique or the description is a translation technique that use the addition of explanation in the translation. Therefore, it is not uncommon that the translation result from the technique usually do not look like the translation result. And the question number 10, what does stand for? Question number 4, there are questions use variation technique. Why? It is said so because variation technique is a translation technique used to translate paralinguistic element, linguistic style, and social dialect on the target.
Before I continue, I want to introduce myself first. My name is Adelia Sianipar and my academic number is 19120138 and I'm from Group C. Okay, let's continue. Now we will discuss about short text, which syllables or word is stressed, number 11, and target text is suku kata atau kata mana yang memiliki penekanan. So, I choose the technique is linguistic application technique because this technique that adds a linguistic element to the translation. We can see short text says is stressed, so in the target text it says penekanan. In the source text, this means the word is, while in the target text it means memiliki. So I choose linguistic application technique for this text. Okay, next number 12. The short text is how many syllables does it have. and the target text is berapa banyak suku kata yang dimilikinya. So I choose the technique is the short text is say does it have, but it says the target text is dimilikinya. In the linguistic comparison technique, the short text reduce the linguistic element but does not cut the duration or meaning into a shorter. Next, we are going to in numbers 13 and 14. Why I choose the discursive creation technique for these two texts? Because this technique tends to translate a sentence based on another point of view. We can see at number 13 in the short text that it is missed, and in the target text says tidak masuk. So, and while at number 14 it has the same sentence as number 13, that is missed, and the target text has another meaning as well, lewatkan. So the technique in both texts translates the same sentence based on the other's point of view. So I think that's all explanation from us. We say thanks.